Hey guys, it's me, Tyler MV, and welcome to the Game Savvy channel. If you don't know, this is where we talk about interesting things happening in the video game industry and what I thought was interesting this week. So first, we're going to start off with something you've probably heard a lot about. It's something that's important to gamers, but most importantly, anybody who uses the internet, and that's net neutrality. So what is net neutrality? So at its most basic form, it means that the internet is neutral. So it's the idea that Netflix can stream its videos at the same speed as HBO, and that Twitch can stream its videos at the same speed as YouTube. So recently, the FCC in the US, the Federal Communications Commission, is looking to roll back on net neutrality laws. So why is that bad? So let's say that you're in a brand new red car and you're racing against a blue car. The both of you are going at the exact same speed, meaning you're going to finish the race at the exact same time. So if these net neutrality laws are rolled back, in that same scenario, you're racing in that red car, right beside you is that blue car. If the blue car wants to win, they call up their cop friend, and the cop friend hops onto the racetrack and he stops the red car, and the blue car wins, because the blue car paid a certain amount. So let's say it's Friday night and you're watching Netflix, but it seems to be choppy, it's not loading up properly. That's because HBO has actually paid off Rogers, or they've paid off Verizon, or any other of these internet providers. So that's what the FCC is going to do, is they're going to introduce an opportunity for competitors to come in and pay off these big companies in order to gain an advantage over their competition. So what do I think about all this? I think the internet is the single greatest human invention of all time. I think it's the best thing we could have possibly come up with, and it's the best communication platform in the entire known universe. At the heart of it, the internet is a communication platform. So if I were to walk up to you and have a conversation, and then all of a sudden I started slowing down because I didn't pay a fee, that's not right. So I say the FCC needs to check yourself before you wreck yourself, fool. And if you want to get on the action and stop the FCC from what they're doing, call up your local government, send letters to the Congress, do whatever you can to stop this from happening. There's a ton of petitions online, and you know what? I'm actually going to link to a couple of them below so you can get in on the action. So moving on, we're going to talk about some interesting news that happened in the video game world. First off, the Atari box was revealed. So this is the first console by Atari in like the last 20 years. We don't know much about what kind of games it's going to have or what kind of specs it has, but we at least have some pictures and know what it's going to look like. Next, the Destiny 2 beta released this week. And from what I see, a lot of people on Twitter are really enjoying the story that they're given, the story that Bungie's been working on. So that's really awesome to hear. So if you had the chance to play the Destiny beta, comment below and let me know what your thoughts on it were. So Telltale revealed this week that there's going to be a Season 2 of Batman, there's going to be a Season 2 of The Wolf Among Us, and a Season 4 of The Walking Dead. So Telltale is known for using their unique style and using video games as a storytelling platform, and they have some awesome writing, so you can expect some really great seasons from them. And finally, remember that crying developer that we saw at E3 who was so proud of his work and so proud of what Miyamoto was saying about him that he cried? Well, David Soliania, he's the guy that's behind Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which looks like an awesome game, by the way. If you have a chance, go check out some YouTube videos of it. It looks great. But David shared his story of how he first met Miyamoto, and it is the most pathetic and beautiful story I've ever read in my entire life. And I say pathetic in like the greatest way possible because, you know, we are at the mercies of our heroes, you know. We have to bow down in order to meet a lot of them, and so I absolutely say it in the best way possible. So David worked on the Jungle Book Game Boy game, and he was so proud of it, and a couple reviews said it played like a Nintendo game, that he went to E3 looking for Miyamoto, and he actually got Miyamoto to sign his video game. What he failed to mention to Miyamoto was that he was the developer and creator of the game, and Miyamoto simply looked at it and said, that's not my game, but signed it anyways. The second time that he met Miyamoto, he actually called around to a bunch of 4-star and 5-star hotels, pretending to be part of the Nintendo team, and he ended up waiting at some hotel lobby for 8 to 10 hours just to meet the guy. If that's not dedication, I don't know what is. And you know what? If any of you have met your heroes or have done something crazy to meet a hero, comment below. I would really like to hear some like crazy hero stories. I personally have the rule to never meet your heroes. They will always let you down. I've had a chance to party with a couple hockey players. I've had a chance to meet some really influential people in the industry, but I can't take the plunge because if they're ever a dick to me, I can't ever cheer for that team again, or I can't ever play one of their games again. So I'm of the idea that, you know, you never meet your heroes because they'll always let you down. But I absolutely don't discourage you from going to meet your heroes. Absolutely take that opportunity if you have the chance. I'm just a scaredy cat. So that's what I thought was interesting in the news this week. So that brings us to our final thought. What the hell is up with Notch? So if you don't know, Notch is the creator of Minecraft, and he just recently-ish sold it to Microsoft for $2 billion. But instead of working on the next big thing, he's busy fighting social justice warriors on Twitter. Now, I get that everybody has different opinions, and you absolutely have the right to express those opinions. But when you start bringing in violence against those who oppose your ideas, when you start using crude language to explain who those type of people are, you're crossing a line. For example, if you take a quick look at his timeline, he's throwing out the see you next Tuesday word like it's a bouncy ball against a brick wall. He's also sending out daily reminders that these social justice warriors are filth and scum and all these other words. And he's even going as far as to saying that people who oppose his opinion should be shot. Here's the bottom line. This dude created Minecraft. Like, this is a game that transcends just being a silly pastime type video game. It's a game that is used as a learning tool in classrooms. It's a game that kids are using as this creative outlet. The biggest problem right now is that so many kids look up to Notch, and so many beginner developers or even experienced developers look up to Notch. But Notch seems so busy fighting this unwinnable fight against people who seem to genuinely just try to make the world a better place. I mean, I'm no social justice warrior, but it seems like most of them just want human decency from person to person. So he's busy fighting this unwinnable battle when he doesn't realize that he has the money and the time to really make a difference in the world. Like, dude, you have an opportunity that nobody else has to use that money for good, to spread love around the world, to help feed starving people, to help cure sick people. And yet you're on Twitter throwing around the see you next Tuesday word like it's nothing. Anyways, just calm it down. Stop throwing around the see you next Tuesday word like it's a football on Sunday. It's just tasteless. Well, those are all the things that interested me this week. If you got anything to say, sound off in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Stay savvy, guys.